Hello YouTubers and my new Odyssey fans. It's been a little bit since I worked on a motorcycle, but I have a motorcycle that has not been running for 7 years from Keith up the street. Last year I worked on what did I work on last year? The lawnmower that had blow-by, and I think it was just the head gasket. So I was talking to Keith about this bike. The lady he got it from told him it was a Yamaha. Well, it's a Honda. So this is a Yamaha, it's a Honda 600. It's a Shadow. It's a 1993 Honda Shadow 600cc. It's a cruiser. Hasn't run in, like I said, 7 years. It's got dust on it. We just pushed it down. I was up the street from me house. Still got some cobwebs and stuff on it. Yeah. And what has a couple broken things here. One's a broken mirror. That might have been moved around in the garage, and it has just turning over here 15,930 miles. And we're gonna put this in the garage. I'm gonna air up the tires so it moves a little. Tires are pretty flat. Air up the tires, and then we'll pull this in the garage and do an assessment. So part of this is, you really have to be careful when you get something that's been sitting for 7 years. I was looking at, I made myself a little list of things I wanted to do even before I started. I have 7 or 8 things here. What do I have? I have 8 things to do before I even try to start it. And the first thing I'll probably do is get the plugs out of it, put some mystery oil in it. It's kind of like, if you don't have that, you have little transmission fluid, just pour some of that in there. Get the bike straight up and kind of slosh it around, because it's kind of hard on a lawnmower if you put oil in there, because the piston runs this way and all the oil would sit down in the bottom of the cylinder. Well, these cylinders being upwards, we should be able to, once I put some oil in there, lean the bike left and right, move it around left to right, and get the oil around on top of the piston to soak down through the rings onto the cylinder head. And that's what we want to do. We want to lubricate that stuff up. I'm going to be pulling the tank off this, draining the old gas. The gas in there is dark, looks like bourbon. And I like bourbon. I had bourbon 30 years ago. I was thinking about that the other day when I looked at the gas in this thing. It's like, Dad, that looks like bourbon. I was like, I think I was 32 years old. I'm 64 now, and I had a little bourbon, and maybe about this much, about 4 fingers. And yeah, it was good. I liked it. I just don't like it that much, but it was good. So I might end up having to have some bourbon when I go out somewhere. I don't know how much it's going to cost me, but I'll try it again. So get the gas drained out, pull the battery out of it, just get things going before we even try to start it. I need to take probably take the air box off, and take the tubes that go from the air box to the carburetors, take those tubes off, and spray some carb cleaner up into the intakes. There's plungers in there that the throttle goes in. The plungers go up and down. It's for the accelerator jet that goes down the middle of the carburetor. And you have to make sure that's lubed. And I didn't grab the throttle and start pulling on it or anything. I want to make sure I take the time and break all that stuff loose. So that's where we're at on this. We probably won't be starting this for maybe sometime tomorrow. It might rain tomorrow, So I'll be working this in the garage. Could use a good cleaning, but we can do that after we get this thing running. I think it's a good candidate. So hopefully I get this one running. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it here. And I'm going to write this list up on a piece of cardboard, put it up on our board here, and then we'll check it off as we go along in this video. So I hope you like my other videos, and I'll send them out to everybody once I get established on Odyssey. I do have other stuff on Odyssey that nobody watches anyhow, but political crap. I have my DeSantis hat on. And we're just going to stick with fixing stuff on this channel. Alright, let's get at it. You got a lot of work to do. Alright, I'm back, YouTubers and Odyssey people. So, I filled up the tires. And I'll show you here in a bit. Front tire is fine. Back when I had to use the regular short nozzle to get into, which I think I have to replace the nozzle because it was leaking air, but both these tires had like nothing on them. When we pushed it down the hill, I was steering pretty hard, and I was like, we were halfway down the hill. I said, I think I should have put some air in these tires, but so they both have 40 psi in them now. So I have it sitting on a 2x4. Oh, good God. Okay, here's my first run to the garage. Get a pliers. Okay, I'm back. Here's what I have. It's got a little gauge on it. I could use this for the front tire, but I couldn't get into the back tire because it's really fat. So I had to use this on this little chuck on the end of my air hose. And I think that this thing is wore out. So either I have another one of these or I'm going to have to order some. But okay, so now let's see if we can't get this plug out of here. Can you see? Alright. Yeah, she's in there pretty tight. Nice. Break it off. Yep. It's just stuck a little bit. What do I do with my... Oh, here it is. Let's see what it looks like. Looks to be full. Look, the oil's not too bad. I don't know what I can see here. Yeah, not too bad. It's gonna need to be changed after I get done with it. Yeah, Marble Mystery Oil, and then running carb cleaner through the carbs. Some of it might get down into the oil. Let's check it again, see where we're at. Yeah, it's full. Yeah. Smells a little gassy. Yeah. Yeah. Smells like it's got gas. I wonder if the gas was left on. We'll have to look on the other side when we get there. Okay, let's back this up again. Let's go to the other side. Yeah, I had it up on a block just to get it level. Now let's see what the gas pitcock says. Alright. That says reserve, and that says on. I wonder if that is off. Well, there's reserve. And that is on. Is there something in here that says off? Yeah, that says off. Oh, shit. It was like this. It was on the whole time for... Oh, good Lord. It was on the whole time for 7 years. Now it's off. Alright, we're going to pull these plugs out of here. I'm going to spray a little WD in there. And then We're going to remove those plugs and we're going to put some marble in there. Alright, I'll come back when we set the camera up when we're ready for that then. Okay, be back. Oop. Okay. Let's see. I think you're right where they're supposed to be. Yay! This is not coming off very easy. So I have the two things, which is this, and I can't see whether you, I got the sun in my eyes. Okay. I have this one, just hoping you can see it, reaches around, pulls it off, and then I have this one that clamps on it a lot tighter. So let's see if this will work first. You don't want to just grab the whole boot and start yanking because you could rip the thing, rip out the internals of it here. So let's twist it back and forth, break that seal. The spark plug goes all the way up to here, but we're going to see, we grab it from the lower part and pull it up off the, there's like a, there we go. See, this thing has ridges on it, and the ridges are way up here. So when we grab it down here, at the bottom, we're pulling it up and out of the way. So there's one. Let's go over to the other side and see if that one's going to be more as difficult as this one. Wasn't too difficult, but alright. Let me see if I get you in the picture. I can't see. Where's the spark plug? Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. I'll try to stay out of your way. And we're going to grab down low on this one too. Go back and forth. Break the seal. And get down low. Gently pull back up on it. Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit difficult. I've got to turn it a little bit more. Might have to grab this one. This wraps around the boot. I've used these quite a lot, especially on a lot of the older cars where you're starting stuff up and you don't want to rip things up. There we go. Now, that squeezes on the boot. Look at that. See? Goes right down to the very end of that boot and pulls out. So there we go. How often do you use these tools? This one's pretty grubby, and I've used this quite a few times over the years. It's a nice thing to have. If you don't have that, I guess you could take a flat piece of wood, or how about a shim, cut a notch in it that fits around this, that would fit under the bottom of this thing to pull up, so you wouldn't have to pull on the top and maybe pull this thing out of this boot. So finesse. Alright, on to the next thing. Put some, I'll leave this one sit here, and we're going to put some Marvel Mystery Oil in it. Alright, I took the spark plug out of the other side already. Let's flip this screen around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Took the spark plug out of the other side already. Put this, and I'll show this better, Marvel Mystery Oil on the other side. Slop some down it. But spark plug on the other side didn't look too bad. Sprayed WD-40 on it, let it sit a little bit. Then I loosened it up and I sprayed, gave it a quick shot. We're going to give it another shot here. Put my oil funnel and my Marvel Mystery Oil into this little pan. You don't want to be setting your funnel on the ground or anything like that where you can pick up dirt. I just put some oil on the other side. Blew the funnel out first. I wiped it out and looked at it. And And then I'm going to mark this spark plug as the front one. They both hopefully look the same. The other one wasn't too bad, and we'll probably go through that here in a bit. Alright, that's a little bit more, a few more threads. There we go. Not too bad. Get the sticker on it before I get it mixed up. I got an F on this one, so I know it's the front one. Cylinder. But, if you can see the spark plugs, they got some gray or some brownish colored on them. They're a little bit black. I don't know if this may be running a little rich or something. Well, let's wipe this thing off a little bit more. I see a little dirt in there. Not dirt, but just kind of schmutz. Leftover residue from WD-40. Wipe that off really good. Alright. Double check that again. We blew that out. And we're going to dump some in there. I kind of slopped it down on the other side. And I'm going to put, when I'm done, I'm going to get a couple rags and we're going to stuff them in. Just push them in there, not down into the spark plug hole, but just enough to keep stuff from getting in there. So that's what we're doing, just getting this in there to sit overnight. I won't be doing anything much on this little stuff here. But nothing to turn it over or anything like that until this sits for a while. Even if this wasn't my bike, and you know, I would still do the same thing. This is not my bike, it's for Keith. Even if it was my bike, I'd still do the same thing. You just need to take your time. It's been sitting for 7 years. I know you're going to hear me say that, and you're going to get tired of hearing it, but I want to keep reiterating that you need to take your time doing this so you don't ruin something. Work the cylinder. I'm going to do a compression test on it. Maybe the compression's bad. The lady parked this bike is because she had a situation with the bike and scared her, and she never rode it again. I understand that. I've had a few of those. I had one that I didn't ride my bike for a couple months. Scared the hell out of me. So I understand that. People on phones don't see you. So we're going to do that. Let me get a couple rags, stick in there, and then let's see if we can't find where you put the water in this thing. We got a radiator. I'm going to see where there's water. So next thing I'm going to do is put some rags in here, and we'll see if we can find out where this thing puts, where you can put water in it, or see where the radiator cap is. Okay, I'm back, and I just kind of looked at this before, but I didn't look at it close. Here's the gas cap, and look where my screwdriver is. There's some junk on here. See that? It's like black stuff. See that coming off there? It's on the seat now. Let's flip it over. There's more on this side. Yeah, look at that. It looks like grease or something, or oil, or look at it. It's all gummed up. Look at that. I don't know what that is, but boy, I tell you what, this tank, we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Let's see, get my light on. Can you see that? That's black crud in there. And down in there, see that? See all that junk in there? This tank is going to be bad. Yeah, that gas. Like I said, I swatched some of the gas around. Looks like bourbon. It's dark. Stinks. Yeah, it's a bad one. So, still looking for the water. Alright, we're taking the seat off. I took the bolt out of the other side. It's a 10 millimeter. Right under here, under the seat. You can see where I'm at? Okay. A little dark. Trying to see where that's at. Come on, baby. There we go. Nice little tool to always have, especially when you're doing this stuff. You can't get at them. I got it loose enough to. I thought I had it out. Maybe it'll come out. The other one I have to use the magnet. There we go. So I have a little magnet tool. Works nice. Got a magnet tray up there. So now, let me back this up a little bit. Let's see if we're in frame. Okay. So let me go around to the other side. There's some deals up in here, what I saw on YouTube, that you just kind of pull this thing back. And it comes out of a... There's a couple little pins here. There we go. Yeah. See right here? These little deals, they fit up underneath here. And here's the two little bolts that go in there. And there we go. And I'll set it on top of my cardboard here. First piece. Alright. Is the battery in here somewhere? I never found out where the water comes in. Might be under one of these covers around that neck. So let's take this one off while I'm here. And that would be that much closer to taking that nasty tank off. Ooh, that's nasty. This looks to be black and varnished. It's good that it's not rusty, because it's rusty you end up having to, I don't know what it would cost you for. You could probably get a used tank, but you'd end up having to find one for, 93 Shadow. They might have had a whole different years, a bunch of different years, but okay. What's going on here? All right. Rubber seems okay. Put that in the magnetic tray. Alrighty, now shut this off. Okay, we got the tank thing figured out. I took this piece out. It's got this screw right here. Goes all the way down inside there. And it comes out down here. And I'll show you on a video. Both videos I have watched about this one, which is a good thing for YouTube. Under here, let's see if I can do this with my hand. This pitcock there. So this thing was on there like so. So I put the screwdriver, or the Phillips, in that hole and take that off so I have room, because if not, there's a brace. You see the brace right here? Or that's the tank. It's right back there. You couldn't get that thing around it. So, but now we have that. I have to take, that's the gas line. I have to take those two little wing deals, squeeze them together with the needle nose. Like this one here. Let's see if we can get that. If I can do this. Yeah, I can't see. Okay, let's stick that up in there. Alright, hey. Okay. Squeeze those together. What the guy did on the other one, he put his fingers around the tank on either side, squeezed it from either side. But there we go. This one's back. Then I had this special little grippy tool. I bought this at Harbor Freight. So taking gas lines off. And it works pretty good. Wrap it around there. Wrap it around there. Turn that gas line a little bit. There we go. So what you want to do is break the seal on that gas line. Can't really see how much I'm moving it. Maybe you guys can see. Moving it. Oh. Okay, I got the gas line off finally. Let's see how this thing comes off. Should come back. Oh, this has got a lot of gas in it. Holy cow. Oh man, this thing's got 2 or 3 gallons of gas in it. Man, that was a bear. That was not fun. Alrighty, I'm back. I take a little bit of a break. And look up where the battery is. Well, I keep seeing glimpses of the battery. I didn't know how to get at it. So good thing there's YouTube out there. I kid you not. Even my job being a maintenance guy and stuff like that the other maintenance guy, Sean and I, both have to look up sometimes how to fix something. Because we've never touched it before. We've never done this before. Certain things. So I'm kind of doing this for you too. I mean, there's 3 or 4 other videos up there on how to take the battery out of these, but you know, good God, this thing is interesting. I couldn't even see the battery. I was going back and forth. I had both covers off, which I need to have both covers off. Here's the one. It's the one cover I take off here. And here's some of the pieces I've got there. Sounds like little boy next door is not having a good day. So, there's the fuse box. This has got like a little rubber cover for the fuse box. And right there, they say, if you take this out, screw out, this whole thing lifts out of the way and you can see the battery. So, we're going to take that screw out. I don't see him being a liar because once you take this screw out of here, this whole thing lifts out. Okay. Big long bugger. Okay. Alright. Now this whole thing's supposed to lift up and out of here. I don't know what lifts up. I'm going to have to set this down. I'll put you up on the bench. Angle you so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. I guess you can see what I'm doing. Hang on. Flip the screen around to where I can see it. Alright, right here. Okay. Take that screw loose. And now, this thing is supposed to lift up and out of here. Oh, there's another screw. Alright. Didn't say anything about the other screw. Alright, there's another screw back in here. See, there's gotta be another screw in here. Pull this thing around. Okay, there's 2 screws. Okay. Show the other screw, damn it. This one's shorter. The front one's longer, this one's shorter. Oh, okay. So that takes... Alright. There's a little tab down here. Don't show that either. There it is. Okay. This thing's supposed to come up and swing up out of the way. Alright. tab here, and I'll bring the thing down here and show you where the other screw is. All that other fun stuff, but it's a long one for the front and a short one for the back. Okay, I'll bring it down here with me now. So I was having a problem right down there, that little square, and this little deal right here. So let me flip this around. So that thing was, that little thing right there, it's got a little lip on it, and that was down in that square, so I had to push down and pop that thing out. And then the other screw, the other screw was right here behind this little cone thing. So I had one up in the front there, and then the short one in the back there. Now I can see where the battery is. But they show that I have to go on the other side and loosen. That would be the negative. It just doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't work. Okay, there's the stupid screw. You saw it? Done. Alright, I just flipped the screw off, but there's actually two pieces here. I'm trying to see there. Yeah, there's the post. Yeah, there we go. There's the post, and then there's a little strap. So there's the big thick cable hook up, and then there's a little ground deal that goes through that. So make sure you put that screw through both of those before you tighten it up on the battery. So let's run over to the other side. I had a battery that was this hard to go in and out with. Oh, this thing's a nightmare. This thing's a frickin' nightmare. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out past this pipe. Alright. Okay. It's not a little one. I'll put you back up on the bench and you can watch me struggle. Try not to cuss too much. I probably have a few times already. But you know what? You'll get over it. You'll get over it. My wife will give me grief about it. You cussed. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I cussed. That's all I say. Work on this stuff long enough, somebody's going to slide something out. I know there are other guys out there that do this, same thing I do, and they take it out. Well, you know what? You have fun with that. Alright. Wow. Sure glad there isn't any acid in this. I mean, there is. The old ones I had, you had to tip them up. I would have dumped all the acid out of this thing already. Okay. Alright. It's got to probably angle out somehow. Push up on that starter relay. There we go. Okay, see that? How that comes out? Remember that when I put this back in. There, 45-degree angle. Yeah. A big one. I'll have to look this one up and get the right size, because there's no way I'm going to get anything else in there. Yep, there's the screw. There's the screw that fell out the backside. Alrighty. Well, we got the battery out. I was kind of thinking that I could drain the carburetors, put fresh gas down it, you know, spray some carb cleaner down the gas line going to the carburetors, and just leave the bowls open and flush them out. But nah. The way that gas tank looks, and they had the gas on the whole time, I'm going to have to tear into this thing pretty hard. I might have to get a rebuild kit for it. Well, I'm not going to do any of that until tomorrow. I'm going to put this bike upright again, put all my pieces of wood under there to get it straight up and down, so that Marlboro Mystery Oil will work around the rings and down the cylinders. That was my one thing I want to do. Then I might hook up some cables off some batteries I have in here and just bump it over tomorrow, or maybe just bump it over enough to fling that Marvel Mystery Oil out of this bike, and then run a compression check on it, make sure everything's working fine. So this is where I'm at tonight. I'm done. I'm done. Here it is, Friday after Thanksgiving, and yeah, good, interesting thing. You said I've never had a battery that hard to come out of a bike before, but I don't know. That's a heck of a place to put a battery. All right, well, this is gonna probably end here, part 1. I don't want to make these things too long, and we'll start into part 2 tomorrow, or yeah, I'll put a little bit in tomorrow. I didn't spend a lot of it on here. I'll go look at the edit, but I'll put some more in here for tomorrow. I'm not going to cut it off short. So, see you again tomorrow then. Can't make up my mind. That's what happens when you get old. You just can't make up your mind. All right, bye. Are you ready? No! Here we go. Hey, YouTubers and Odyssey listeners. Well, I'm back the next day. It's Saturday. Just got over a 3.5 hour nap with the dogs. I thought I would do something today. I found where you put water in. Found that last night, but I didn't have my video camera down here. Now, here's where the tank is. And a little screw here and this little plastic piece. And there's that little thing back there. So, right back here. So we'll give it a little turn. Try not to break this plastic here. Oh, come on. I'm right-handed. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, that was on there. Okay. 2 hands later, got it loose. Let's see. Maybe you gotta push in on it. Yeah, I think you gotta push in on this. Alright. Okay. Good God, you can't do anything with one hand anymore, can you? Watch me with this crazy thing. I think you gotta push in. Oh, there you go. Push in and turn it. Alright. So you know I'm not lying. There's some antifreeze in there. Alright. We're doing good. Now I gotta get it back in there. There we go. Good Lord. 2 hands to get that done. And I was thinking, I came in today, I found the electric fuel pump and disconnected it. It's in this little shielded plastic cone thing. Took it off. I don't want to turn that on. I'm going to flush this thing out once I get all the carbs off, and I think I might have to run some new lines because, man, these things are, you know, this bike's next year, in another month or so, it's going to be about 30 years old. So everything in here is pretty crusty. So I might have to replace these 2 gas lines. Now this one goes to the carburetors, and then this other one here comes from the tank comes from the tank to the filter. Then we got some kind of Badland box you know, been Scotch Brighted in, and some twist connectors. I don't know what this thing is. Afraid to move everything around in here. So that's where we're going to be at for this one here. Trying to keep this one up under 5 minutes. I had like 35 minutes worth of footage yesterday. I think 40 minutes of Rick is enough for anyone. So we're going to put this one in the can and we'll get it up on the internet as soon as I have one before this. And then we'll start the series. So this is end of part 1 of, I don't know, hopefully I have it running by part 3. I don't know. Alright, see ya, bye.